Ladies and gents, today we have the Lethal Gaming Gear Mercury pad pre-production sample. And also this is my very first mouse pad review. And please excuse all the flaws because this is unscripted. I rather have my true one-to-one thoughts without any editing, of course. So anyways, so this pad is on the website. It said that it was gonna be like sandpaper like quality. I don't think it's sandpaper like. It's not as abrasive as I thought. I mean, it is rough. It is a rough surface. If I could show it to you, it is a rather rough surface. And I don't have my wrist or my forearm on it. I usually play like this, so it's not really touching the pad, so it's not a big deal for me. This pad is 3mm thick. This is a pre-production sample, like I said. The full retail version of this will be 4mm, in which I think is better than the 3mm. I mean, I don't mind it. I like 3mm, but 4mm will be best for this kind of pad. This pad is very fast. I want to say it's the fastest pad that I've used. I've used so many pads. I've used so many mouse pads, so many mice, that the best comparison I can give of this pad will be the Fanatic Dash and the Odin Infinity pad. Those two pads are very similar to this pad, except the difference between those two and this is that I feel like the Fanatic Dash and the Odin Infinity got married and made this pad, because the stitching on it really reminds me of the Fanatic Dash. For some reason it reminds me of the Fanatic Dash, except these are better. This stitching right here is probably the best stitching I've ever used, like have I ever felt or seen on the pad, especially for a pre-production pad. Also, the surface and stitching is final, which means that the full retail version will have the same surface and the same stitching. Only difference is it will have a logo and 4mm. So the sole reason why I bring up the Fanatic Dash and the Odin Infinity is because, and a lot of people like to mention that it's a Heian mid, like it's very, very, very close to it. And I agree. I agree. I would say it's slightly slower than a Heian mid. I feel like it's closest in terms of speed to the Fanatic Dash, because I don't think it's as fast, but how can I explain this? Like, I feel like it's in between. I would say like there's mud pad, slow, medium, quick, and fast. I feel like this is like borderline fast and quick. Well, actually quick and fast. It is there. It's very fast. Like it's fast, but there's control in it. There is a good bit of control in it. And honestly, for me, this is very ideal, because I don't like having a pad that is way too fast or way too slow. Because if it's way too slow, for some reason I have a hard time aiming. I mean, I started out with a glorious pad, so at first I was doing really well with it, and over time it got worse, and I got a faster pad, which I do have the MPC 450 right here. This pad, in terms of like roughness, I feel like these two are very similar, but it's not as abrasive. I feel like the MPC 450 is ever so slightly smoother. than the Mercury pad. They're about, I mean, MPC 450 is faster, but this one's more controlled. The Mercury is more controlled. But in terms of like the surface, this feels a bit smoother than the Mercury pad. I don't have the Venus to compare it to because it's sold out. Well, when Lethal Gaming here tweeted out that they were gonna have pre-production samples for sale, there was no Mercuries. There was only there was 20 of the Mercuries and 3 of the umbrella pads, aka the Jupiter pad. So oh, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, so what do I think of this pad? I think this pad is great. I love this pad. I actually like it more than the Fnatic Dash and the Odin Infinity, because I feel like this is like the better version of those two. In my opinion, I think that, and for the price, the final retail price will be $29.99, which I think it's a great price for a Hien alternative, or an alternative to the Fnatic Dash or the Odin Infinity. This, also the base, I forgot to mention the base. The base, it's really a really good base. And when I looked at the base, for some reason when I looked at it, it kind of reminded me of the MP510's base, which I have right here. I don't know if you could see the base. It kind of reminded me of the MP510's base, but for some reason the MP510 doesn't stick as well on the desk than the Mercury. So I don't know what they did to this base. I don't know. It's such a good base. Like it doesn't move, which is ideal. Also, before I forget, when I first got the pad, you know those like strong rubber odor. That strong rubber odor when you get a new mouse pad. It's probably the strong, out of like the 20 plus mouse pads I've opened, this had the strongest odor. Like that odor was pretty strong, and it took about a week for it to like go away, because the first 3 days it was at its strongest, and then after the 3 days it started to like weaken. And I mean, to me, it didn't bother me. Like, it wasn't really a bother to me. I just found it kind of interesting because it took so long for that smell to go away. Like, I never had a pad that would, like, smell so much. So, I don't know if that's going to happen to the final retail version of it. Hopefully not, because it's kind of strong. But, I mean, you can put it out in the balcony or anything like that, or you can have your fan on and have it circulate, I guess. Or maybe that makes it worse, I don't know. But yeah, that was actually a pretty strong odor. But for me, it didn't really bother me. If you're the type of person that gets bothered by it, put it out in the sun, or put it in the bathroom or anything, or stick it to a fan. Put it like, I don't know, like on top of the fan, and put it on high, and I don't know, close the door or something. I don't know. Bad solution. But anyways, but yeah, I am a huge fan of this pad. I'm not gonna main it, simply because I still like my my MPC 450 the most. I like this pad simply because it's faster, and when it comes to my aim, it tends to be more consistent. I know this is the old version of the MPC 450. I know that. I mean, oh my god, yeah, I don't touch it. Like, when I play, I don't touch it. I usually have it right here. I never touch this area, so it's not a huge deal. I mean, I could take it off. I could get my blow dryer and just take it out, move this to over here. It doesn't bother me. I'm not yeah, it doesn't, yeah. Anyways, But yeah, that doesn't mean that the Mercury pad is a bad pad. Also, the final retail version will be slightly bigger than this. This is a 450 by 400 millimeters. I think the retail version will be 480 by oh no, is it 490 by 420 if I remember correctly? I don't remember too well. Which will be about artisan size. So should you get this pad when the full retail version comes out? Of course, I believe so. It's a really good pad. It is such a good pad. It's such a good quality pad for 30 bucks. So yeah, I think that's it. Actually, I don't really have anything else to say. Great pad, great first pad. Well, actually, I wouldn't say first pad because they had the Jupiter and the Mercury. Sort of great first three pads by Lethal Gaming Gear. Great work by those guys. So until next time, I will maybe make another mouse pad review. I do have an MP511 that I might review after this. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I just got the pad. As a matter of fact, I just got the pad. So right here. So right there. And it's kind of shocking because it kind of reminds me of the MPC 450. Might do a comparison of it, might not. I don't know. So until next time, thank you for watching, and excuse the flaws in this first review video because I know it's pretty bad. Anyways, until next time, thank you and thanks for watching.